Okay, who's bringing us into the podcast?
I can do it.
Sweet.
By the way. Gosh, which one is this? I forgot to check.
I don't know. I think it's like
I
episode
gotta go
15.
look.
You should just say like "Welcome to Breakpoints episode 27," just to like fuck with people and see if anybody knows.
Episode 264.
That's right. We recorded 250 episodes that you guys did not get to hear because Taylor couldn't stop saying slurs the entire time.
That's true. It's just like long blank ones. Beep beep beep.
Taylor,
60.
speaking of Taylor, how do you feel about LL? Let's start the podcast off the right way.
Oh, that's for later.
All right. Well, on that wonderful note, welcome back to Breakpoints Week 16. I am joined as always by Taylor Crawford and Zach, Mr. Agroblaze 96. We coming to you right before the celebrational stream this week, so that'll be really fun. And unfortunately, we won't get to cover it till next week, but we're going to be really excited to watch that tonight. But other than that, what you guys get up to this week in Flesh and Blood, Taylor?
Well, I just got back yesterday from another ProQuest. I got to play this time against Zach's locals, which are also soft. He probably hearing that one in the car ride back. But I had a good time. I top forward on Marlin again. Got unlucky in the top four, and he just played better than me. So it kind of like is the balance of yin and yang. It's like,
Man, they're so soft, but they play better.
oh
than
no
you.
no, but is he a local of yours? The Verdants?
I mean, not really. Yeah,
Okay.
but no. Like, I mean, a couple hours.
Okay, then never mind then. Zach's locals are still soft. No, I'm just fucking. I had a good time. I had a really weird matchup spread where I played like two Dories and Swiss. Of course, I played against like Dio, which is a good one. Trying to think, I played against Victor, which is he was a nice guy. Then I played against I forgot what else I played against. Victor. I'm missing
Listen
a
at
match
him.
in there.
He's winning so much. He's like, oh no, my steak is too juicy. My lobster's too buttery. Like, listen to this
What is
freaking
that
guy,
statement?
dude.
What?
Listen at this guy, dude.
I beat Florian in the top 8, and then I lost to a Verdance in the top 4. So, back-to-back top 4s in my ProQuest, boys. How about y'all's ProQuest? Let's talk about it.
Yeah. Let's talk about my ProQuest. I played my first ProQuest this past weekend with Taylor. I did play the Fatigue Jarl deck. Before we talk about how I did, my first takeaway is that Fatigue Jarl is not a ProQuest deck. It is a like tier 3 or higher targeting like main decks event style deck. And in an open meta, it does not do very well. I played against a Victor round 1 who had 3 copies of Remembrance in their deck because they were like teching for Fatigue, and there was 2 Huntsmen in the room and me playing Fatigue. So I mean, it was a pretty good meta pick. The 9th time they casted Visit the Goldmane Estate against me, I was like, I might lose this game, but until then, I had a glimmer of hope. It was just one of those days. I think I finished two. I don't think I finished 2 and 3. Like nobody's gonna say, "Oh, I think I finished this." I know exactly how bad I did. I'm not gonna play you guys. It was not a great day yesterday. I learned some things, and we're prepared to keep rolling with the deck and see if it's still a good pick for Worlds here. Probably, I got an LL ProQuest coming up this weekend, so don't really get another chance to play CC. So Sam, how about you, brother?
So I guess we talked last week about going to ProQuest where Taylor came up, and I didn't do great at that one. Taylor and I paired round 1 and very narrowly lost that one. Taylor did this wonderful thing where he said, what are the odds I draw 3 oak off of my last gold? 7-8%, proceeds to pitch to gold and draw 3 oak and win the game. So
Classic.
that was kind of rough.
That's the most Taylor shit in the world, dog. I swear.
So, round 1 loss is pretty rough. Basically can't lose again, and I did lose the mirror because I had one of the worst gravy draw sequences I've had in a long time, where I didn't make gold for the first, I think, 7 turns of the game. And I played Call to the Grave 3 times, and all 3 times I shuffled Humperdinck to the top of my deck.
Nice, classic.
Which is, like, if you know anything about the Gravy matchup, putting that in the grave is really bad in the mirror or against any pirate hero because the Sunken Treasure exists. And you don't want to get that Sunken Treasure. So, it happens. So this week I decided let's play a little bit less in the variance and take the insanely broken Verdance deck to PQ. Well, my deck played fine, but I got Kano boomed in round 2, and then I paired into the only gravy in the room in round 3 and was about 3 health away from actually getting all the way there. With probably a couple weeks more practice, I think I get there in that kind of matchup, but I just picked it up this week and felt pretty good about the performance overall. I didn't make any glaring misplays, and I'm going to actually go over a bunch of those games later today. One of them I'm going to stream it. So it should be good. Round 1 of the ProQuest was on camera against a Prism, and it was a really interesting matchup. That matchup is really technical, and I've had the fortunate time to have practiced a lot of Prism in my day, so I know what Prism is trying to do. I'm trying to do my best to take away all of their options while walking down the life totals, which is a really, my opponent, she said that Never Is Flesh and Blood felt more like chess than this matchup that we played, and I couldn't agree more.
That's awesome.
It was a really high-level gameplay. I was really happy to have had that game at the very least. And then walk right into round 2 against Kano, where there was no thinking. I just played E-Strike into CNC and tapped out on mana except for 1, and got my shit pushed in.
Nice.
Yeah, they drew 3 blues and Wildfire, ragged into another Floodgates, put Floodgates on top. Needed 1 more Floodgates off the top to finish killing me, hit it off of the random. So I was like, you don't really win those against Kano.
Average Kano game. Average Kano game, as someone on the podcast
I swear
might
it's
say.
average against me.
So welcome back to Breakpoints. We're your 3 guests. Taylor juices everyone he talks to. Crawford. Sam never juiced anybody young. And Fatigue, Blaze, 96, O2 drop every ProQuest he goes to. Zach.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, ProQuest, these past 2 weeks, makes you feel a little bit like you're washed. And you just gotta, you gotta get past it. Feel like, the variance is whatever.
Yes, it has.
I'm not a bad player, I swear.
It has made 66% of the podcast feel that way. I agree, Sam. It has.
I'm making no comments here.
But that ProQuest was won by one of my locals. Shout out to my boy Armin. He's been grinding this Dio deck for a couple months and really been doing great locally. So it's awesome to see one of the local homies take it home.
Yeah.
Super happy.
I played Armin at your ProQuest.
Yeah. Don't you say the line, I swear to God. Yeah, I see you all day. You shut the hell up.
Someone stop me. I swear to God, someone stop me.
I was just sitting there and I was like, you know what?
If you guys are feeling like me and Zach and really want to record your gameplay and improve upon it, boy, do we have the tools for you. This week is brought to you by, most of our other weeks as well, the Codex Journal, where you can keep notes on the games. You can get your Breakpoints cover journal. See, Taylor's holding his. He's going to actually have one.
Hey, Taylor
It's actually
used
in my
his
bag
yesterday.
downstairs.
I was like,
I
Taylor
did.
used this yesterday because
yeah.
I took him his Breakpoints Codex journal yesterday.
I finally got to do the thing that I always wanted to do, where on there it says, "Are you favored?" And it's like the pre-game thing. And I always wanted to do this. So in the top 8, I'm playing against a buddy, and I was reading it out loud. I'm like, "Do I have a game plan? Yes. Do I feel favored? 100%." And it's just he's just sitting there with his cards, like, "What'd you just say?" What did you say?
So great for note-taking and mental warfare. If you want to get your own Codex journal, link will be in the description for the Breakpoints journal specifically. We'd love to see you guys out there holding on to that. And if you really want to dive into the data and get the best analysis for what you need to put in your deck, what kind of tech cards you want to bring into matchups, we are also brought to you by Fablazing Data. That code will also be in the description if you guys want to go ahead and subscribe to them. I use that website way too often. Turns out having data, looking into very minute decks. The other day I was looking into yellow swell statistics in gravy. It's I'm going down the rabbit holes for just the most random cards to put into that deck.
So I can tell that Fablazing has truly spoiled me because before we started recording, we started recording at like what 9:15, something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
It was like
Sure.
9 a.m. Sunday morning. The battle hardened just happened yesterday in Houston, and I'm on Fablazing trying to find deck lists, and I'm like, why aren't the deck lists up? Because I'm so spoiled because the data is getting posted so fast that I'm so used to it being there. And so now I'm like, okay, fine. I guess I have a little bit of patience, whatever. Like,
A heads up on the LL data. It's that just play Room Blade. There we go.
Yeah, they did this thing where they unrestricted warmongers, and that was supposed to
War
like
who?
tamp down on the
and
rune
you know what it
blades.
did? Nothing. Nothing.
You know what the crazy thing is? When all the rune blades are really good decks, and you just play rune blade mirrors all day, no one's playing warmongers anyway.
Yeah, it's kind of
So
funny.
it's like
It's kind of funny actually.
it doesn't do anything. Everyone's playing rune blade
It's
I
like
anyway.
did catch
warmongers.
myself. Sorry, go ahead, Taylor.
No, what were you gonna say there?
I was literally found myself trying to see if I could play 3 warmongers on the side of my Briar deck last night, and I was like, what are we doing? This is not Aurora. It doesn't
Yeah.
work.
I love the idea that like if you're on Viserai and your opponent goes Warmongers, you just go like Mordred, Incant, read the runes, Arsenal Swarming Pass, and then nothing of importance happened that turn cycle other than you just lost a card for doing nothing. So it's like, I mean, there's like LL just needs a facelift at this rate because it's like so miserable to play in our testing. And then like, yeah, I have people from the LL Battle Hard tell me it's miserable to play, and then I have it's just a show. Oh, it's so bad.
So normally I like take all of those opinions with a grain of salt and look to the other side to see what they're thinking. But the problem is I haven't heard anyone say they like playing LL, and that's hard to reconcile for me.
Yeah, I've never like it's so bad.
Normally I'm really in agreement with you, Sam, that like I really enjoy, like, I feel like it's the loudest people. Taylor on Twitter, for example, is a great example of people who are like saying things that like, oh, this format's trash or this format's bad, and it's like that you're only hearing the loudest people who are frustrated is what I always feel like when I'm like reading the data or like listening to like takes and stuff. But when you start like getting into it and talking to people in the community, there's normally people who are like, oh yeah, like I like LL. I haven't run into that at all. Like, just like you said, like I don't have
Yeah.
locals. I don't have anybody. Like, we're struggling to fire LL armories so that I can practice for worlds playing
Yep.
LL, and I'm just like, that's a problem. Like, that's not okay. I can't
Hmm.
even talk my locals into like playing like their weird decks just to hang out and like have a good time on Friday night.
Yeah,
Yeah, I had one local who was extremely excited to play CYB new, which I know not everyone wants to play
like
against CYB
bastard.
new. But she loves CYB, and at least someone else wanted to play
Right.
LL so we could play the
I felt that
games.
though. That's so real. You're forcing your
But like,
testing partners
yeah.
to just sit down, and they're like, I don't want to do this, and you're like, I don't care. I'm playing at Worlds. Shut up and sit down. Like, we got to play these games.
Yeah, yeah. So like on the way back yesterday, we had like a good talk about like how to fix LL, and like we came up with like three different solutions, and they all suck. That's the issue. It's like, what if you do like an actual bands like you do in CC, like the same bands, like the book bands and everything, but you just add the LL heroes in there. So you can play Chain, you can
Yeah.
play Viserai, but then you just make bands for them too, like Dirge, Scalata, stuff like that. So that way you're able to play well, not Starvo. He could just stay away. But like Chain without Dirge, stuff like that, and you just have like a CC plus like LL. It's hard to explain. It's like where you get to play them. But
Oh, I totally
yeah,
get
it's
you.
like you could do
Yeah.
that, or you could have the world's most like heavy-handed B&R of all time before Worlds if you wanted to fix the format. And I've like came up with like a literal list of things that I've been like stewing on where I was like, if you restrict, and this is what I came up with, and I want y'all's opinion. Restrict processor, restrict germinate, restrict art of war, put bonds to 3, ban stubbies, restrict skyward serenade, restrict dirge, restrict widespread, um, the 2 for 6. Which if you ban
Which one?
dirge, it's
The
probably
two for six, really?
yeah. If you ban dirge, you might not need to ban that. ban Starvo, and unrestrict Oakenold.
I just want to when you say ban Starvo, do you mean like literally just
Yeah,
get
no,
rid of the
no, no,
hero?
like he's just
Yes.
not
Okay,
legal
I just want to make sure I understood
because a
like
lot of
what you
problems
were.
come from him.
I think if they want to hold to no hero specific bans, you cannot fix LL without banning Starvo from it.
Yeah, it's just like
He just hits so many decks, you just can't play the cards that they're designed to play with if he's in the
it
format.
blows my
If
mind that there was two in the top 8 when he literally has equipment banned for him, 18 cards banned for him. It's insane. It's like
Yeah, no, for sure. Is there a world where if they do ban Starvo, which I'm gonna be honest, I think I've got a better chance of winning the lottery, and I'm
oh
not
yeah,
playing.
yeah,
Agreed.
no, no,
I'm
no,
not
you're
playing, just to
Yeah,
clarify.
100%.
100%. You're 100%.
But if they ban Starvo, is there a world where Crown of Seeds is fine in Oldham now that CYB is gone?
I think I'd be more worried about
Yes.
Crown of Seeds in like
Florian.
Florian
Okay.
if you don't ban Germinate or restrict Germinate to
Well,
one.
yeah. So if you restrict Germinate, like I mean,
Yeah,
you
yeah, yeah,
can,
fine.
yeah. Then like Crown of Seeds is probably
Yeah.
fine,
Verdance would be a
right?
pain in the ass, but she could be a pain in the ass. That's fine.
I was like, yeah, but that man, it'll be great. It'll be like 8 rounds of day 1 of Worlds where like Verdance is just a pain in the ass. Nothing changes for me. It's great.
It's just like
So,
oh,
like,
so bad.
you get it, Taylor.
No, no, no. You go.
So, what I was, I don't know who brought this up. It might have been me talking to Taylor. It might have been me listening to somebody else. But someone said that if we make like a ton of bands, like Taylor just listed, it just becomes a different CC
Yeah.
format. And they said it like it was like really a bad thing. And I don't necessarily think that's a bad thing. I think having a secondary like CC format where everybody is legal, but the bands are still tamped down to where it feels like CC is actually perfect. Like everyone loves CC. That's why we play the game. You know, some of us love Blitz, and that's dying. But if you
Dog. One episode, I share a passion for Blitz, and I'm catching strays. This is like 5 weeks later. Just let
That's
me
literally
die
saw
with
the
Blitz.
episode was like,
But-
we have to kill it. We
Just-
can't let him do this.
Just let me enjoy Blitz. They're literally killing it in like a few weeks. Like what, December? It's the last
Yeah.
time you ever get to play Blitz. And I'm going just because I need those cold foil Everblooming lives.
oh yeah, for real, those are going to be pretty penny. The non-foil is like $30.
Great in
Yeah, it's
Starbucks.
crazy.
Yeah, great Starvo. God, jeez. Oh, man. So, so bringing it back home, if you just outright ban Starvo, which I agree, like, there you have a better chance of getting ice water in hell.
Never gonna happen.
You know, if you ban Starvo and you make a bunch of these changes and power it down to where it's just CC2 with all of the heroes, I think that's sick.
Dude, that'd be awesome.
Like,
That'd be awesome.
yeah, I think that's awesome. Like, people who have all of their heroes that they love LL can still just play them like it's CC all over again. Just everyone can do that now. And I think, you know, I think Nathan brought this up on his stream where you're always going to have the problem of if, you know, there are two heroes with the same talent type, like Oldhim and Starvo, there's always going to be, like, a better one for the format, you know, depending on, like, what's good in it. And so I think what they should do is something akin to the solution he brought up is some level of like a rotation where, you know, this time for the next 3 months, whatever format, while when the new set drops, we get a new set of like bans and unbans, or I guess restrictions and unrestrictions for the LL format. So like one time you fully restrict Oaken Old and make Oldhim a little bit worse, and now, you know, in the years like 2032 and Jarl is LL'd, and now you have like, oh, maybe Jarl's just a better deck.
Me too.
So,
Bold of you to assume it'll be good in 7 years.
Yeah,
I appreciate it.
That was a crazy prediction.
Sam's hot take
Yeah,
of the stream.
I just think, you know, I think that is a problem that will persist, and like the only way to really solve it is to have like sweeping changes every like 3 to 6 months where you just ban and restrict cards that are more important for the archetype that the new iteration wants to run versus the old. And I think that would be like, for a Briar, you could, you know, if you just restricted CMH. Now, Aurora is probably the better aggro Runeblade in that kind of category of Lightning Runeblade. Maybe. I don't even know if that's true. But it's that kind of idea, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's just like so many things that they could do here to save the format, but it's just like you also have this like deadline, which is kind of like the spooky thing with Worlds. Is like you don't want to change the format dramatically 2 weeks before Worlds because then everyone's gonna be like, "Oh my God, I have 2 weeks to practice." So you're like, it's
Yeah.
like this fine line balance. It's like you can either do the emergency BNR to try to fix the format again, and accept that hey, it might be broken. We probably need to fix it, or you just let the broken thing happen at Worlds and you just take the PR for Worlds and then go, we'll fix it next time. So it's like a win-win lose-lose situation because there's a win on both sides, there's a lose on both sides. So depending on how LSS wants to approach this, they can always just pivot to Silver Age instead of LL for Worlds, and that would be hot. Just saying. Just saying though.
That would be
No, good
wild.
dude.
It would be.
Dude, you announce it today on stream at the Sunday thing, right? You go, hey, we're gonna do this. Tell me that would not be the hypest like 3 weeks of like testing ever though. You're like, oh my god, I have to go test Oldham Silver Age. Oh my god, and then like you'd have like all these pros bring in actual brews.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I think it's better than the situation we're in right
Yeah,
now, where it's like.
Rune and blood, baby. Let's go.
There's probably not a person who's like very frustrated, right? I mean, like there's got to
No,
be somebody somewhere. But
that's a
like
Bodhi.
I think I think this is like literal like 90% of the player base would be happy with that change.
Yeah. I don't think anybody would complain. Other than like the three people that's like put in like 75 hours worth of LL work and had decided that their
Oh
chain is
yeah, yeah,
51% into their other chains.
yeah. I would definitely say that the grinders would be pretty pissed off having this change.
But like
But we are still like almost a full month still
that's
out.
enough
Like if they
time.
made a change immediately today, I think it's okay.
I mean, I'll be real with you.
Like.
I played US Nationals with a set that dropped the day before. You give me a month and I'll be absolutely fine. Yeah,
Oh, we weren't happy about that either, though. To be completely fair, but
it was a
it is
month's
what
a
it
lot
is.
different than 48 hours.
2 weeks.
Well, no, because
Right,
like the
yeah.
draft, we didn't even know the cards until the week before. World Premiere was
Yeah. We knew. I think we knew all of the commons and rares. I think it was 2 weeks. I think we had two
2 weeks.
weeks. Maybe it was like a week.
We
Like
Double
we
that.
they
got
finally got it on
we got
draft.
all of the cards 2 weeks out. They became
Okay.
draftable like a week and 3 days out from the event. Is what
Yeah.
happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what you do is you have 3 times more for that draft for us to play either new LL or Silver Age, and we call it a good day, and no one complains.
I'm in.
I think it would be a positive change, even if people complain. But
I'll
I
I
know
will
that I'm
find
not
each
everybody.
complainer and go to that comment and just. Your opinion is wrong. Sorry. Sorry, I had to say it, dude. I'm sorry. Uh,
That is an unacceptable opinion.
I cannot believe you would say this in a public sphere. We should talk later. Please DM me.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't really see how they fix it at this point. Where it isn't like a huge nightmare. So it's kind of like lose lose if there isn't something like immediately tonight that makes a big difference.
So I'm gonna be real. This is the second event that's happened this year that I feel like has been managed very poorly by LSS. Like I don't think LL is a good pick for Worlds, and I don't like that. Like I kind of hate that, you know. And Nationals was a bad feeling too, because the set coming out so close to like release, like I don't know. It felt bad for people playing new heroes. It felt bad for people playing against new heroes. Like the whole thing. I don't know. Like this is the second event like in this year that like I have felt. I don't know. Like LSS just kind of said like F it, we ball. We'll see what happens.
Like to a degree, I like that they are willing to do that. Um, it's not been executed great because we know that they wanted to have U.S. Nationals a week later than it was to help with the allocation issues. So it just didn't kind of pan out for them on that end. I mean, I'm upset about it. I think everyone who played there is upset about it. No one was happy that it happened, but I do want to give them a degree of leeway in that it wasn't exactly what they wanted to do originally. I think another week isn't exactly enough time either to be holding US Nats, but it's a lot better than the weekend it releases, pretty
Yeah,
much.
I guess like I don't know. Like even with a week of distribution issues, it's like you could solve this issue by just not doing what you did. Like
Yeah,
I
that's true.
mean, I don't know. Like Nationals was like I just had a very bad like thing hanging over my head going into Nationals. And so I don't know. Like and I'm kind of getting the same vibe for Worlds. Like I'm liking some of the decks I'm playing and stuff like that, but this like the BNR being 11 days before Worlds is like this I feel like it's almost like a get out of jail free card that they've left themselves to be able to like
Oh
do
yeah,
some stuff,
100%.
which I kind of hope they do. I want there to be LL bans at the BNR, like whatever day that is. What is it like? It's like on the third or the fourth or something like that.
And I want
Like
them to be so heavy-handed. It's
yes,
insane. I like
yes.
I want some crazy stuff to happen. Like
If they go heavy-handed on the LL bans, like I personally don't think anything in CC needs to be touched. We can talk about that here in a minute, but like if they go heavy-handed on LL and like try to like fix the problem, then I'm gonna take back everything I just said. Like I'm okay with whatever happens at Worlds, but like if they don't, I have a very sour taste going into my mouth for Worlds for
I
that
agree.
reason.
So I want to play devil's advocate a
Okay,
little bit. The other alternative that we normally have is draft, and the Super Slam draft I have heard extremely mixed
I
things on.
drafted it once, and I don't know, like I think I could sit on a cheese grater and have more fun. Like
Yeah.
it just I don't know. It felt very like lopsided. Like it just I don't know. Kind of felt like volatile, like hunt a draft.
Okay, let me propose something. How would you guys feel about a high seas draft again?
Done.
Oh, that'd be
Done.
lit.
Dude, I
If
was
they
like,
if they come out today at the 5 o'clock thing and they say, "Hey, we're drafting high seas," guess what? I have a reason to
oh my
want to
god,
draft on one. Like
let's
that would be
fucking
awesome.
go!
It would be awesome.
Icy's draft was awesome. Like, incredible limited set. So,
It was like there was a Twitter post by Vero, our first guest. It was like the boxes of Monarch shaking in the Channel Fireball warehouse, hearing about LL sucking at Worlds.
Oh,
This
that's
had me
too good.
rolling, dude. I was
That's
like,
too
oh
good.
god. So I want to.
so I guess, like, if the alternative, normally is Super Slam draft, not being great either. This is kind of where I want to say that I like what LSS is doing by experimenting, because I think that they realize internally that it's extremely volatile. Let's change it to a more controlled, we can, heavy hand bands and stuff in a different format, like LL. And I know that Brian has been pushing LL. He's like, I believe in this format. This is the future of Flesh and Blood. He's been saying that for at least a year now. I think it's like before Chicago happened last year, he's been saying that. So this is a format they want really to work, and they really want to push it forward, and this is the best place for them to do it at. So, if there was a time to do it, I don't think it will be worse than an extremely volatile draft format that a lot of players already aren't super excited for. There's still plenty of people out there that hate draft. They don't like to do it. You have limited stands out there who like it. Which is part of that, I guess, harkens back to the problem earlier where I don't have anyone who loves LL, so it's hard to really reconcile it a little bit. So I don't really know if this is a bad thing that they've pushed LL and it's not really working out, as opposed to the alternative, which I think might even be
I
worse.
I do agree with you. This is better than drafting Super Slam. Like I would, if you gave me LL or draft Super Slam, I would take playing LL at Worlds, 100%. And I agree that this is LL's big, or I'm sorry, this is LSS's big push to get other formats that are not CC into the limelight. Like they want us to be playing other formats, and I'm all about that. Like I like that, and I want that to be a thing. I just I don't want LL to just feel so bad. I guess I don't know. Like I don't know.
Yeah, 100%. That's very valid. I just, I just want to say, it's not all bad things on LSS's end. I think this is a positive improvement. It's just the floor was already really, really low, unfortunately.
That's fair. No, I get that. I mean, if you frame it in the way that like we're moving in a positive direction, then I guess it feels less bad. Taylor, would you care to comment?
It's not like something I've already said. It's just like if you're going to do these crazy ass wild formats in like a tier 4 or a tier 3 or something, like LL in Worlds or something, it is super important to listen and work on the BNR on, the community. Like ask the community, how do you feel about this? What do you feel like we should do? Like even if you don't do anything, ask the community how they feel. Because it's like at the end of the day, your company is running because of the community, and if everybody I talk to goes, I hate this, it's not really that good for the business. It's like you can force the players to do it, but like that only works for so long. It's like, so it's just like, even put out a survey, be like, hey, what do you think we should do for the LL format, and just put out a survey and get the community's opinion on it, and then develop something from there. I mean, of course, not everyone's like a playing 100 games of LL every day and stuff like that, but like you can still get like a community idea of, hey, whenever Joe Schmo played their 25 games of LL, they wanted to jump off a bridge. It's like, well, we should probably improve that. It's like, because if you're gonna like do these like crazy swings for a big format, you have to be able to adapt quickly to what people are solving or what people are doing in the format to make sure that it is, as balanced as it could possibly be. And so whenever you don't do that and you're just kind of swinging at stuff and you're like, oh, Warmongers will fix all my issues, and then you see the top 8 and it's just like 6 Runeblade and 2 Starvos, and you're like, yeah, Warmongers didn't do it. But the thing is, though, in an internal testing, LSS might be like, well, whenever we played Warmongers into Chain, it won the games. And it's like, well, that's not how this is working in actual practice. Because if you look at the LL data, it's all Rune Blades. And then if you look at like the Battle it's all Rune Blades. And then so if they don't do any bans because their internal data says that Warmongers was stopping that, and they're like, well, these guys actually suck and we actually know better than them, then you just lead to this Djinn format, and you're like, well, our testing didn't match their testing, but we trust our internal testing more. Then you start spiraling into this like almost echo chamber esque bans and restricted instead of asking the members of the community, which are actually actively playing 100 games, 200 games of LL. And it's just like that's kind of where I'm at on this format. It's like like literally banning needles just seemed incorrect. Like from my standpoint, that BNR was just like so out of touch because like if you just restricted it, Ira lives, but she's not, insane. She's still gonna do like the retrieve stuff and all that fun stuff. But one needle is fine. Like you had one needle in LL in CC, and it would have probably been fine. Why not in LL? Because it was just a really heavy-handed ban that didn't seem correct. Like a restriction on needle would have been great. Warmongers is fine, but then you unban Dirge, which is like, as we've now seen, the worst unban in the history of unbans. It's looking like Gogari Grave Troll in Magic, if you know what I'm talking about. When they unban Gogari, and they're like,
Yep.
oh, this is fine. And then, oh my god, this was not fine. We're going to have to restrict it again.
And then there
So
was
it's,
another like emergency BNR
yeah,
announcement, like right
yeah,
after
it's
they
like,
did that.
it's like, oh god, we accidentally did this. We thought it'd be
So
okay.
I think that taking a poll of the community's opinions is not a bad idea. But the one thing that I would say is like we have to be careful about that. You want your community to feel important and you want their like voice to be heard, but you can't just do things because the community
No,
says that it's bad. Like
yeah,
I feel
no,
like that is a
Yeah.
very bad
no,
slippery
I
slope to
completely
fall down.
agree.
Okay.
And that's what I talked about. It's like you have Joe Schmo, which played 20 games. His opinion isn't going to be like your internal testing doing 1,000 games of LL a week or something. But like he has an opinion on the format that you should listen to. Like even if his data isn't correct or something, he still has, a voice on how he feels into the format. Like you don't want your 95% of your community are not like 1,000 LL gamers where they're like grinding, but like you still want to know how they feel about the format. You don't have to make
For
bans
sure.
restrictions, but you want to know if your community is actually enjoying the thing that you're pushing.
100%. I totally agree. The other thing that I feel like LSS really missed here with Worlds being LL is the lack of LL ProQuest. Like I feel like I'm not getting, like we all make jokes about like, like locals being soft and this and that, but like you're at a rated event. It is a place for you to get practice on like
Yes.
where people are trying to win
Yes.
something. And so like you're taking that away, across there's like what, there's 5 weeks of ProQuest season, I think this time around. I think there's 5 weeks.
Yes.
And I have one LL ProQuest within 5 hours of me. I'm not driving more than like 3 to 4 hours for a ProQuest. Like that, it's just ridiculous. Like I have a family and I have to work. Like I have things I have to do. I can't just spend a weekend
You
in
driving three
Georgia
and a half
for
hours to my house
Taylor.
to play in a ProQuest?
Taylor, yes, which is why I said 3 to 4 hours.
4 hours. That's three.
Editor's note: Taylor's a douche. Anyway. No, but like I just there should have been more LL ProQuest. Like it's just I don't know. Like it feels really bad for me. Like and I go back to like the people who are not on a team. I'm doing a lot of my testing in front of the camera, and I'm hoping that I get it right. But it's like, is Starvo good, or is it just good because I don't have someone else to dive into the meta and play, all these different matchups with? So I don't know. Like there should have been more LL ProQuest is basically what my ramble was about.
They should have strong armed the ProQuest LLs to be equal to the number of CC ProQuest, similar to what they did with the draft and CC1 of earlier seasons.
Yes.
Because
Yes.
since the ProQuests are leading into Yokohama, it is safe to assume, I'll be very surprised if I'm wrong. Of course, I can be 100% wrong here. If Pro Tour Yokohama isn't CCLL, because they've always had the ProQuest leading into a format be the formats that the Pro Tour is in.
Right.
And that's something that I've like. So it's safe to assume it's going to be
Uh,
name one format that was split that wasn't split at the actual format.
I don't disagree with you. I just think that there haven't been other events that have been split. We've always just had CC and draft, except for the one time they did Blitz, right?
When
Are
did
you
they do
talking
a
about
Blitz
Blitz?
ProQuest?
He's talking, no,
No,
Sam's
no,
just
no.
talking
I'm
about
saying
for
like
Worlds.
for a major, it has always been CC and draft, except for the one major they did Blitz,
Well,
right?
I mean, the first Pro Tour was all CC. I mean, the first ProQuest season was all CC for the all CC Pro Tour, and then since then it's been draft CC, and then the format's always been
Yes.
and then same with all the Pro Tours.
All I'm saying is that there's not really like much to correlate here because it's just been the only thing we've had this whole time. That's all I'm trying to
Yeah.
say. I don't know if you can really draw a conclusion from that.
What to see.
Yeah, I mean, it could be LL, but like I also think that they've never wanted to have a competitive format other than those two. So
I mean,
like they've tried with Blitz before and it's been like awful.
rest in
as
peace,
well.
Hayden Dell.
Yep.
No, but like on a like if they go back and they're like, okay, we're actually going to draft Monarch 3 at Pro Tour, I don't think anybody would complain over LL as of right now. Of course, if they're heavy-handed and they fix the format with like the craziest BNR of all time, I mean, it would be literally book level banning for LL for it to be functional, I believe.
Yes.
Because it's hard to have overpowered and balanced in the same sentence. It really is. Like you can have the coin flip format where you go vis into chain and your vis drew better or your chain brew better, and then it's just 50-50 depending on what the top 12 cards of your deck are. And that's just kind of like how it's going to be. It's like, oh, I drew Mordred Tide, blah blah blah, Sonata, activate, and that's my opinion.
And that's like the whole problem I think with LL as a format in general is that people are attracted to Flesh and Blood because of the consistency of the gameplay. Every game feels like a skill matchup, and LL is doing its best to say, here are all the things that remove agency from the game. We're going to throw it all into a format and say good
Yeah.
luck.
And the reason, like, I see the correlation what they're trying to do with the LL being like the legacy or vintage of Magic, which are like these like eternal formats that are great. But the issue is those formats have the pillars of like these insanely interactive cards like Force of Will, Days, stuff like that. So these are cards, by the way, that are like free interaction for your opponent whenever they try to do something broken. You can interact with them. We don't have enough, like, I guess, ice cards that like do that. Like if you've printed like 15 cards on the same level as like Channel Lake Frigid or like Channel the Bleak Expanse and stuff like that, cards that interact with your opponent and then they were instant speed or you could play them in Icelander, I could see them trying to make that work. But the issue is that doesn't exist in the format yet because LL is still such a new format because the game's only been out for 6 years. I mean, we're literally celebrating the 6 year anniversary stream today. So trying to make an internal format for a 6 year game is kind of insane. When you look at like Vintage or Legacy, which has been around for 35 years, it's just like these are so separate because like that LL LL is trying to be the Legacy, but Legacy is so messed up where the interaction is as strong as the threats, while in LL the threats are a million times stronger than the interaction, which
Yes.
calls this like dichotomy where you're not really playing into interaction, you're just playing your strong cards and winning the game. It would be like playing Legacy Magic, but there's no Force of Will or Daze, and your opponent's just reanimating Gristlebrain on turn 2 every single game, and you're just like, this isn't fun for me or you. So it's just like,
So
ugh.
I you said two different things there, and I think you meant the same thing. I agree
Maybe.
I agree that the power of the format compared to the like interaction points are not the same. I don't think it's that the power is so much more impactful than the power of interaction cards. Because, like, Channel Lake Frigid in Iceland are giving you a frostbite, and, like, taxing the next thing you do by 2 is very impactful.
Mhm.
Warmonger's Diplomacy, like, being able to literally shut down half of your deck is a very impactful tool. The problem is we have minimal number of interaction points,
Yeah,
as opposed to, like, where in Legacy there's, like, you can name off 10 counter spells that
yeah,
interact with a lot of the format, and you don't have enough of that in the game. So I don't really think it's that we don't have powerful interaction. I think it's that we don't have enough powerful interaction.
I agree. I agree.
Yeah, our interaction looks like Warmongers, and then it goes like Amulet of Echoes.
We
Right.
These are not the same.
we
Exactly.
need
Exactly.
so what we need another powerful wizard that does interaction like that with counter spells and stuff. Mm.
Is that what we need?
I
Yeah, of course.
Taylor's the only one who thinks that's the
I
case.
love
Listen,
interaction.
I got something I got to do. I'm sorry. We're gonna have to cut the podcast episode short. Like, we do not need.
Just Zach driving to Taylor's house to beat him again.
We do not like, dude. Like actual counter spells from a wizard in this game. We just had the rewind debacle. Can we please, like, let's at least give it 2 more episodes before we have to like, talk about this.
So here's my thing: is I actually want like an Icelander wizard again, like that type of archetypal. I play something on your turn that's going to interact with your turn cycle math, and like that's what I really want out of the game right now. But the issue is like no one's doing that. So unless your opponent is just throwing this like damage bomb that's either threatening your life total or threatening your turn cycle value, you just say no blocks in most formats. And
Mm-hmm.
I just think that we need something like a stronger Icelander or Icelander with better cards, better blues that are more interactive to the LF format. Even printing a hero straight, I know this is going to be, printing a hero straight into the LL format that is made to help balance Rune Blades would be an absolutely interesting, fun experiment. Like an LL only hero.
I'm in for
Huh.
that. That sounds kind of fun.
Like something that's like there to like literally be a safety valve if things start getting too degenerate. You just go play this hero that's made to beat the living snot out of Rune Blades and like anything that's just broken in the format. Just a safety valve, like a oop, there you go, saved it.
So I think that safety valve already exists in Icelander. They just haven't given her the tools to
Yeah,
do it.
because they print Rosetta, which is 1,000 lightning and earth cards, and then they just forget that
I
ice
know.
exists.
Well, hopefully, when we go to Volthaven next year,
Oh.
knock on wood, when they re-release Aurora, hopefully we'll get
The
that.
issue is though, Icelander's great,
But
but then you have a hero that plays ice even better than Icelander in Lexi, and it's like because Lexi does the aggro thing while also doing the disruption thing. So it's
yeah, she's also a dog in LL too,
oh,
though.
buddy,
So,
trust me, I try, dog. I'm like 50 games in,
oh yeah,
and after about the 10th game, I was like, I'm just wasting my time. Then I jammed 40 more, and I 100% was wasting my time.
continued waste.
I was like, yeah, this is trash. I was like, oh, my glory days are behind me. I'm
Yeah,
washed.
I think 40 more. Just to confirm.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure. I was having too much fun going 010. I was like, oh, good game, man. I only lost that game by 14. Let's try one more. There's something there. I don't know. It's just like the game feels too. Sam, that's some aggressive typing, dog.
My God,
Oh, sorry.
dude, who are you? Who are you giving the business to? Like, I gotta know right
Try,
now.
dude.
Like, dude, are you on?
You
Like,
sound like you're
Reddit right
slamming
now?
on the keyboard.
Yeah, that's what you look at. That's what it sounded like you were doing.
In the podcast today, we talked about Living Legend. Oh man. Maybe you can get some of the 5K grant from Zach and get a little bit quieter keyboard.
Dude, I like my clicky
See,
keyboard.
I do too.
But a
Two
little bit
kinds
too
of people
loud.
in the world. You love mechanical keyboards or you hate mechanical keyboards. There is like nothing in the middle. I
Oh,
feel
whoa,
like.
whoa.
Oh yeah.
Cherry switches. Like I'm a big snob, so I like to be silent but yet tactical.
I see.
Yeah.
So Taylor has like a real keyboard.
Yeah. I have like four of these things. I have like four of these. I have like ducks. Yeah, I'm a
You know
keyboard
what
snob.
my like requirements for buying the keyboard that I use to stream with every night was?
Does it work? Oh my god.
It needed to have a number pad on the side for me to be able to use, so that
Is
I could
that
like.
an apple?
No, it's called Cherry. I don't know.
It's called cherry. I don't know.
Yeah, it literally just says Cherry on it, and it's like right here.
The
Like
world
I
of
don't know.
cherry. I'm actually going deep into your keyboard right now.
I bought it at a micro center or something like that. I think is what they're called. I
Oh,
don't
dude,
know.
micro centers are sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't have
I wish I had one around me.
we
to
don't
be
have
honest.
one here, but I went with my brother and my sister-in-law to one when I was in a battle hard in Columbus, like last year or whatever.
Is that what you spent your $125 for top aiding?
Yeah, it's exactly what I bought. I bought a working keyboard with a number pad off to the side.
All right. Well, back to things the audience actually cares
Yeah,
about here.
sorry. Taylor will edit that out. Don't worry.
Keyboard logistics. All right. Well, I think we covered just about everything LL except for the LL Battle Harden that just happened in Houston. There were, I thought it was 32, maybe 34
It was
players.
32 because 2 didn't show up.
Oh, really?
Okay, yeah. So
Sedge.
32 for a battle hardened. I have literally had ProQuests bigger than this. That's crazy. But it was still won by Chain. Bird Cabrera, I believe is her name. Won it. She said that she meant to play Viserai. She just didn't get the cards
That's
in
so
time.
based. That's
So-
so based, dude. That's so based. Dude, that's such a good one. I kind of want to hit that one in Worlds if you have to do the interview afterwards. Be like, I actually meant to play, a different deck, but I couldn't get the cards in time. It's like, sir, you're 5-0. It's like, I know, but it's nothing. It's nothing.
It's crazy work. But like we were saying, all Runeblades and 2-star was in the top 8. Warmongers is doing nothing. Turns out if you're playing Runeblade, you're probably not running Warmongers. And if everyone's playing Runeblade, there's no Warmongers in the format pretty much.
True King.
Other than that, for this week, we did get the PQ results for this past week with percentages. There were no raw numbers for wins this week. It's kind of weird.
Keeping you on your toes.
I think we had 8 LL ProQuests, and I have been hearing rumors that one of them was misreported, so that 25% for Viserai should actually be 25% for Briar, which is very interesting. But not a lot of data to go on.
Wow.
What's that?
No, I was like, wait, a Runeblade won a ProQuest in the 3 Warmongers format?
Hey, listen. All I'm saying, Aurora can play 3 Warmongers, and she's a Runeblade. I'm just saying.
Well,
You might be on something.
wait,
Yeah,
I think you just broke the format. I'm going to have to edit this out. I'm sorry, guys.
You just-
It's like you play Warmongers, you name War, and your next hand's like Arc Lightning, Flicker Wisp, and you're like, I
every
fucking
time.
hate this game.
Every time.
Why?
Oh, man. So, still, all Runeblades dominating. But in CC, Verdant's on top this week with Syndra right behind it. I think 1 win less. And then Gravy way down this week. RKO as a resurgence. So, as far as the CC format is going, what are you guys' thoughts about this week and the results?
I mean, Gravy was number 1 week 1, right? I'm pretty sure, and then it
Yes.
was Verdance. I mean, you win a ProQuest, you can't play anymore. Like, I'm not saying that there was only like 40 good Gravy players in the world, but a
Dang.
lot of a lot of them probably won ProQuest week 1 that are been playing Gravy for a while. Justin Chu. I don't remember how you pronounce his last name. I just a lot of those Gravy players are probably won already. And if maybe some people played Gravy week 1 and they were like, man, this deck's hard. I'm gonna play Verdance next week. I'm just
Wow.
saying, maybe it happened somewhere. It could have happened. Taylor, do we know anybody that did something like
Hmm.
that? I don't.
No,
No,
definitely
no.
not.
Okay, all
I
right.
didn't
I
see
thought we
anybody
did.
like that in any top 8, so I don't think so.
Hey man, I top 8'd my first ProQuest on Greg.
Sam is just
Because
catching all the shade for no reason today. Oh man,
Oh, this Verdance deck is easy and broken. That's what I gotta say about it.
Verdance is very powerful.
Like,
I think the
you
deck.
say that, like, dude, yesterday, dude, we're riding back, and Aaron played Verdance, and he, like, I think I played 2 games of actual Flesh and Blood today. Just like, he's like, this,
yeah,
he's,
the deck is just I play 2 cards, I win. Like,
oh no, it's just because he lost. He just, like, lost to
oh,
Phi.
lost to
Yeah, there
Yeah,
5.
was a
dude.
phi in
Oh no.
the
Top
semis
8.
of our
Yeah,
ProQuest yesterday.
Well, that's unfortunate.
yeah.
Well, I
Shout out to Ashlyn.
that that feels like I don't know. I don't know what happened. Could have been anything, but that feels like honestly been pretty decent matchup. I would think. Like I know you're supposed to be unfavored into Syndra because of the Spell Void dagger, which sometimes is relevant. But if you just see like the disruptive attacks first, then it doesn't really matter. I feel like most of the time. But Fi doesn't have that at all, so that's curious.
It is what it is.
I mean, I get
Oh,
the sense that their phi list was just like go Burr, run you
it was
over.
really good. I watched him
It
beat a
looked cool.
Victor.
It looked cool.
Oh
It
yeah,
looked
no,
cool. I'm not gonna lie.
more
I was
power to
watching
him.
this going, man, sorry, Jarl, we might be playing Fi.
I will.
Really take you
I'll
back.
pay you $15 if you play Phi at Worlds.
$15.
15.
Man, I'm only
Are you
out.
new?
That's
How much did you buy for your
I
PTI?
was like, man, I'm only out $585 for playing at Worlds. Dang.
Oh, I'm gonna like start thinking about that now. Like whenever I like lose at something, I was like, could I have won that on Phi? It's like shuffling up. I'm like, maybe.
oh my god. That's not a thought that's ever going to cross my
Hey,
mind. I'll
could
tell you
you have
what.
won your semifinals game on Fi yesterday?
No, no. I thought about that one too. On the way
Fair.
back, I was like, like he turned 1 felling, turn 2 plow, turn 2 was turn 3 was E strike CNC. I had no chance.
Wasn't like
The
turn 5 like E strike go again into like felling or something like that?
yeah,
Like
yeah,
turn
yeah.
something? I mean, like it
Oh yeah,
was.
yeah. That was the turn that I sent like a Kraken for like 17, and he shows me his hand of E strike felling, and I was like, with like 2 blue autumns touches, and I was like,
Yeah.
I guess I'll just go fuck myself after
Yeah,
this, dude.
like I'm telling you, like Nick literally goes like, yeah, take 17, and then just like drops 4 attacks on the table and just like stares at Taylor.
Awesome. It's okay because like we're like buddies, so it's like afterwards I went to like his team's channel and I just told him he sucked, and he's like, check out these gold foil well groundeds, and I was like, damn you. Ugh.
Amazing.
So what I'm hearing is that Verdance is a shit deck and we shouldn't play it.
I mean,
Well,
if you can make it to top 8, I think it's really good.
I was gonna say everybody in the call who played Verdance didn't top 8 yesterday. Hey Sam, we had the same record, and I played Fatigue Jarl, and you played the best.
That's not true. I won more games than you did.
Oh,
You went 2 and
sorry.
3.
You went 3-2, playing probably the best deck in the format, and I was playing Fatigue Jarl. Dog.
Oh, from what I hear, that's one of the better decks in the
It
format.
is, and
I
I'll
don't know what
die
you're
on that
talking.
hill. Thank you. I'm kidding. The deck's bad. Don't tech for it.
I like Marlin. That's it. That's all I got.
So
Taylor is literally like me during like my little Victor run when he's just showing up with his deck, except his deck actually has metagame play, and he's just like winning events and doing well, even though like he's playing this like off the wall.
oh, he's not winning any events. Hold on.
I mean, he top aided
Like-
your soft locals and he top forward my soft locals. Like he's doing better than we are, Sam. Like, come on, dog.
Oh my god, dude! It's just this is such a great run-in into kind of a question that we got. I kind of want to like tangent into a question that we have, and then we'll go back to
Oh,
that
yeah.
other stuff. Someone asks, it was about the Dark Horse decks. Where is it at? Okay, which do you think is more fun to pilot, Meta or Dark Horses? This is from Trent. I want to like tangent into this, and then we'll jump right back out.
What's more fun to pilot, Dark Horses or Meta?
Yeah.
Like strictly from a like fun point of view, I find myself having more fun playing like an off meta pick, like a Dark Horse off meta pick. I don't know, I always do. Like even if I don't do super well at the event, I always find myself having more fun. Rarely do I find
I think-
myself enjoying the best deck in the format. It just doesn't happen very often.
I think there's a sentiment that a lot of people share. Like everyone loves rooting for the underdog. Everyone loves like you bring your sauce and you win with your sauce and you feel like you're a genius. I have the exact opposite. Every time I win, I'm like, nice, my game plan went right. And every time I lose, I'm like, this deck is fucking terrible. Why did I bring this
Yo.
deck? Like,
Sam's harder on himself than I am after a ProQuest. Jeez, Lord, that's a
oh, dude,
Sam has never.
I was upset yesterday.
Sam has never played a Dark Horse hero in his life. He will literally just go on like Fab. He'll go on Fab Blazing. He'll be like, 51% win rate. No, 59. Okay, I'll start sleeving it up. Like that's how he like determines. Trust me, as being on a team, dude. Like if you mention like any Dark Horse hero, he'll be like, no, no, no. I need to play the thing that has a card that could get banned, and he'll just run towards it. Gravy, I'll play it.
I posted I think it was a meme that one of my locals made of me and all of the heroes that I've played both like in LL and CC and how none of them are legal in CC anymore. Like right after Enigma left, it's like Zen, Prism, Starvo, Enigma. I posted to the team chat and Josh goes, "Do you only play decks at LL?" I'm like, yeah, kind of, Josh. This is the only things I play. He's like, I can't relate. None of my decks have ever LL.
I mean, now that I'm thinking about it, you do play a lot of like meta contenders. Like they're always like somewhere in the
Yes.
top of the meta. Taylor, I feel like
Yeah.
you're kind of a wild card. Like sometimes like you play like very heavy meta decks, and then sometimes you play decks that are like all over the place.
Yeah, well, like my deck building and what I always like to do is like, if it's Ranger, I'm gonna always gravitate towards it. Azalea, Lexi, I played those for years. But it's like whenever I don't have a Ranger that I'm really enjoying, I either like to try to play a new hero in a meta. So like I played Gravy the week that Gravy was out. I played Zen the week that Zen was out. I'm always trying to play like a new hero because it's like the most fun. And like for me, I don't try unless I'm playing Ranger. Whenever I'm bringing these heroes, it's mainly because it's like I'm playing what I'm enjoying more than what I could probably win with. Like I could sit down and play 1,000 of the best deck and play pretty well, or I could bring like a crazy pick and have so much more fun. It's kind of like the Slippy. Whenever I brought Slippy to Memphis the week that Slippy came out,
yeah.
it's like, dude, that was a sick deck. It was like I was like the first one on stream to like win with Slippy, where I'm like double bonzing, you know, doing all this stuff, and you're like, oh my god, this deck's insane. And then it's like,
And then you hit 3 Marios.
yeah, and then I hit Mario, and I was like, okay, I time to put this deck back in the. Time to put this deck back.
So yeah, I'm glad that you have that perspective because if I had the same exact experience, I would be irate. I brought this shit deck that hit Mario 3 times. Like,
Bringing shit decks to tournaments for years now, so it's like it doesn't phase me anymore. It's like the times that I bring a good hero, I'll day 2 and make a good running at it. If I don't bring a good hero and I'll take like an off meta fun pick, I'm okay losing because if I wanted to win, I'd bring the meta pick. So for me, I care more about my enjoyment of the tournament than my results usually. Of course, I still get a little like, oh damn, I ran unlucky, or damn, this deck isn't good. But I care more about trying to innovate in brew decks than I do about my win rate because like I think that net decking is awful. Any deck that I play is usually brewed by me. Like like the Blue Surging Zen list, that was me. Uh, Gravy Bones, which was pretty. I mean, we were pretty close on that one actually. We just didn't think about the tipples,
Yeah,
but we
yeah.
were
The team list
we
was
were
we
close.
were on 6 tipples,
Yeah,
but yeah, we were very close to having the right
we
list.
were close. I just really sucked. You did well. Um, Slippy, I think I was literally almost like the same exact list for the next like 6 months. Was the same thing. Like I don't think I had any off cards. Infiltrates and stuff like that. I was kind of there. Yeah, I always just try to innovate and try to play newer decks. Like at Worlds, in CC I'll be playing Marlin probably, unless something tragic happens and they decide that to ban Verdants they're gonna ban Portside Exchange for some reason or something like that. Just hit me with the off. Like, oh, Gravy needs a hit. We're banning Portside. I might just quit the game. I'm proud of the work I've done. So for me, it's always more about I always want to don't play a dark horse, but I want to play something new and brewed. I want to play something that like I came up with. That's my big thing when looking at decks.
So, speaking of this question, we've got another one here from Agroblaze00. Might be a alternate persona. I don't
I'm
know.
asking you guys
Has
questions that I
Taylor
want to do.
won? Has Taylor won any events with Marlin yet? And if not, when are we having an intervention?
I have not won any, but I have three top eights
So
out of my like four events.
here's what I would tell you. You can't intervention Taylor. It doesn't work. Like it's just not possible. The man just has too much of like his own ego when he builds a deck and it does well at something that he's like, nah, bad. I'm sorry, where were you, Jarl boy? Like that's the kind of shit that he does. And like you can't intervention Taylor. I told somebody this last night after I saw the question.
Okay, so like let's be fair. I think you could intervention me if we had like Michael Hamilton on that week, and he's like, Taylor, we need to talk. I'm like, yes, Hamilton. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for anything I've ever said to you, buddy.
Okay,
Like,
so Taylor can have an intervention from somebody he respects, which is clearly not me and Sam. Please mark the timestamp down. I want to remember this forever. In fact, you know what? When you post it, I'm going to go back and clip this just so I can send it to you periodically.
okay, sounds good. Maybe we get Justin Chu on, and he can tell me to play Gravy.
There you go. It's perfect.
All right, you hear this, Michael or Justin? If you got a free weekend, hit us up.
Busy testing LL coin flip format, but
Oh my god. All right. Well, we just keep ripping through the questions. We got plenty for this week. Throughout all of Fab's metagames, what are each of your favorite Dark Horse decks?
That's interesting.
What you got, Taylor?
mine's a snap pick. Okay, Pro Tour LA. I think Art of War Bonds Katsu was like the coolest sleeper pick of all time. And like in hindsight, that deck should have probably been the best aggro deck. Now that we know, it should have been Kano and Katsu in my opinion. In like hindsight, now that we know like cards and stuff. But I brought Art of War, not 7 Bonds Katsu, and just I think I went for that in CC. I think I went like 13-5 that weekend on that deck, or like 13-4, because I missed.
That list
Oh, so good.
like top the calling the next day too, right?
Yeah, yeah. Hobbs top date, which is someone that like was in the circle of Katsu guys that we were working with. So like I think me and his list were like 3 or 4 cards off. We had Krama helping us for that pro tour. It was like there's like the little Katsu gang all brought like 7 Art of War Bonds Katsu, which I played round 1, and I got to show off the deck. Yorick also played really well. I think he top 32 the calling with me. He's the guy that the week before played in a ProQuest Plus and did like 55 damage to Zin on like turn 2. I mean, to a Victor on stream. And it's like, holy, dude, that was the sickest deck ever. Like I would, I missed that deck.
My favorite Dark Horse pick was 2022 U.S. Nationals. The first time we ever saw the Tree Frog Dash deck. That was like my introduction to like that deck and like it being a part of the meta. I think Jacob Baugh top aided. And I think T.
Yep.
Thibault had a very good run as well. I think he like top 32 or top 64 nationals that year. Like that deck was really cool to see, and like they had a very developed game plan. You know, like the control-y item pistol dash when Fi was like one of the biggest contenders in the meta was just a cool breakout deck to see because you had no blocks in the deck and like you were trying to like set up items and do this whole thing. So it was really cool to see. I love that deck.
That was sweet. Wombat Dash.
So we've already covered that I don't really do Dark Horse very much. So the farthest I've gone is after Rosetta when Viscerai was going bananas. I still just played Enigma. I loved Enigma. And that deck wasn't even bad then.
Horse pick is a mystic hero. LOL.
Yeah, that's probably about as far down. Like, I think objectively, you might not have been supposed to be playing Enigma in that meta. I think that's fair to say, because it was still, like, Aurora, Zen, Viscerai.
My Dark Horse was a 1.5.
I don't think
Yeah,
Sam understood the
like-
question. I don't think.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, that's as far as I've really gone with it. Other than that, you'd have to go, like, all the way back to, like, in Heavy, I played Victor, because I was new to the game, and I liked Victor.
I mean, Victor was
good.
meta like during that time though. Like,
Yeah, he was still, like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I just don't play Dark Horse.
okay, fair enough.
We need a...
So, that's the deepest I
Sam
can go with
never
it.
walks off the the path is already traveled. Understood.
It's really good, though, because that means that if you compare it into him at, like, a big event like Worlds or something, like, you automatically assume that he's going to be on, like, one of 3 decks. So you, like, can, like, mentally prep while walking to the table that you're about to play against Verdant, Syndra, or Gravy, and you're like, okay. It's like...
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
unless I've found something absolutely busted in testing that I think is, like, people just don't know about, I'm going to be playing one of the conceived best decks most of the time.
Yeah. And that's like... Zach, if we start testing more, you'll find out as soon as a new set drops, I'll spend, like, 3 weeks just, like, polishing each hero, and I'll just be like, okay, this is what a finished list looks like, and I'll send you all 3 of them or 4 of them, and you'll just be like, wow, these all suck, and you're like, yep. That's what it felt like for Super Slam. Like, I think my Tough Nut deck was, like, close to solved. I think my Pleiades deck is pretty good. My RKO list was the RKO list that we play, TheCardGuyz. It's like 2 card changes. And then I didn't spend any time on Lyth because I had Aggro Blaze 96 doing all the work for me.
Yeah, that panned out well for you, didn't it? That panned out well for you, didn't it?
That deck would have been so miserable
mean-
if it was good.
There are definitely people out there who think that Pleiades is a real contender, so I'll be interested if we see some of that in Philly. That'd be
You
really
say
cool.
that, but the only person that's put up any results is like Yuto, and he came like 9th at like a 12-person ProQuest and was like, hey guys,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, nice place, guys.
I mean, I haven't seen it yet, but I'm hopeful.
I'm not.
I mean, Pablo says that it's a real deck, so...
If I lose to
I trust
Pablo,
Pablo.
Go ahead, Taylor. Go ahead.
if I lose to Pablo on Pleiades at Worlds, I might scream.
Didn't
Dude, what? Pablo could, like, just fucking walk up with... I mean, I want to say Huntsman, but that's not the most...
Please,
terrible
that'd be
deck
so
these days.
cool.
Tech
That'd be so cool.
Like-
That'd be so cool.
Yeah. Like, Pablo could walk up to, like, Worlds with Teklo, and I think he'd probably go, like, 500.
didn't Pablo get paid to write an
It's just
article
like-
about Pleiades? Like, I mean,
Did he?
he wrote like
Did he?
the 0 to whatever article, didn't he? About Pleiades, I thought.
Oh, no, I mean, maybe he said it in there, but I've heard that he's saying it just generally, like, not just in the article.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, I think what we should do, okay, is whenever we do our snake draft event with each other, I found what we should do is we should have one freebie, which is yourself, okay, and then you can name like one of the top 25 ELO players, and if you can name what hero they're on blindly, that is not one of the Syndra, Verdants, or Gravy, you get an extra point. If you're like, Michael Fang will be on Pleiades, and you just put it in there, you got it.
I love it.
I mean, you pick, like, Bartage or Pablo or, like, any of those, like, incredible European players that just bring, like, the best,
Yeah.
pick into the metagame. They always bring, like, wild shit, like Pablo brought Riptide.
Yeah, that's a great one. That's awesome. That's like exactly what I
like-
was like. You're thinking that Bartol's on Hatchet Kasai? It's like, yeah, write that down.
Yeah, didn't was it Bartage that brought the Decimator Fang to
Yes.
London?
Yeah.
Yeah, so like
Zach saw that one first.
they bring wild shit.
Dude, I signed up for one of Zach's tournaments and I brought Decimator Fang.
Oh yeah, that was
We
so
featured
good.
Taylor like round 1 or round 2 because I was like, dog, we got to get this deck on camera.
It was so silly. It was so silly. It was
Oh
so dog
man.
shit.
All right. Ian the Levi guy also asks, "What's the difference between Dark Horse and Cope?"
Nothing.
There's a very fine line. Honestly, I think there's a very
Yeah.
fine line there because I think in order to get to what is actually a dark horse pick, you have to be coping a little bit. You have to be coping on a strategy or a hero, and then honestly, I think you just stumble into it at the right time. Is what I'm convinced. Like you cope for long enough, and then your hero's good one day, and you just like stumble into greatness, and you're like, oh, I've been telling you for 2 years.
My God.
I think like kind of that, but also there is definitely like you have a Dark Horse deck that I would consider right now is Prism. If you don't hit KO, the rest of the meta spread is very reasonable for you to play into. A lot of like skill intensive matchups and some favored matchups, as opposed to a total cope pick. Uh, Something that's like attacking the meta, trying to fatigue everything. Like I don't know what that could be.
Was that like 3 months ago? And I've been thinking about that. I
Oh yeah,
Oh my god.
yeah. As excellent banger. Taylor
was thinking about that because you're talking about Cope.
chat.
It's like,
Future fab plans. If Marlin still sucks, kill self. If Marlin is good, write guide and claim I was right the whole time. So fits in really well to what Seth
It's
was
so
saying.
perfect. It's so perfect.
But yeah, I think the line between like Dark Horse and Cope is typically like something that isn't actually favored into a lot of things in the meta, that you just like are testing and like getting like 50-50 results into a lot of decks, and you're like, this could be good if I outskill all my opponents. That's Cope. Dark Horse is like if you dodge like one thing in like fringe meta, or you attack a lot of things at the top of the meta and can have favored matchups into them, then I think that's like a Dark Horse pick.
damn. Am I coping or dark horsing for Worlds?
Oh
Just be
man,
real with me.
I
You,
mean,
you can hurt me. It's okay.
so I was straight up. I think you're in the cope category, but the thing is, when you're very very good and you're a specialist, you kind of bridge the gap between cope and dark horse if it's close, and like you can definitely surprise and skill gap people on that deck, which I think is the difference.
I'm dark Cope. Let's go.
Dark Cope.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
start
Not me looking at my Discord to change Taylor's name right now before this drops.
It's like, what does that even mean? Is that like a variant of Dark Woke? It's like, no, no.
All right. John asks, how do I not brick my arsenal? I continue to find myself arsenaling cards that I regret having in there. Any tips for when deciding what you should arsenal versus playing a card for maybe a less optimal turn?
I think there are two ways to dive into this. The first one is like I think you learn by trial through fire. Like if I'm being honest, like the other day I was playing Jarl. I had an Oakenold turn lined up. I fused an Oakenold with a Crumble to Eternity or whatever it's called, and then arsenaled it on like turn 7, and then it sat there, taking up my arsenal for like literally the next like 8 turns while we played the game. I think that is a great example of like I was just like, oh, like this will be good later, and then I was like, no, their chess piece is already gone. I don't give a shit about this anymore. Like this is just like a blue block 3 now, and so it was a terrible arsenal, and I don't have Crown of Providence to bail myself out. So I think that trial by fire is another one, and then I think the other one, like another good way to learn how to arsenal specific cards or not arsenal specific cards, is very matchup dependent. So against Gravy, when I'm playing the Fatigue Jarl deck, like first cycle, I'm all about arsenaling Sigil of Solace or defense reactions only, because I don't want to let your Conqueror have value. I want to be able to use my equipment on my terms, not yours. And so I think that arsenaling D-Reacts or Sigils lines up very well. There are some matchups like where you need to arsenal different things. Like when I'm playing against like an aggro deck, like it's against Syndra, I like to Arsenal Oakenold so that when I draw the Ice Earth piece, I can take a little bit of damage and I can take you off tempo to try to set up a game plan that works for me. So I think it's kind of like matchup dependent plus learning by mistakes.
I think a lot of learning what's a good Arsenal target comes from game plan knowledge. I think board state decks kind of give you a really like hard lesson in this if you're not familiar with playing them. Where if you're playing Gravy, one of the most important things is your Arsenal card needs to be something that's unbricking your next turn. You want to think a turn ahead all of the time. It was the same thing for like Enigma. I want to Arsenal Chi because that's what unlocks my most powerful turns. It turns into an extra pitch card a lot of the time. And like having a fifth card from Arsenal that's a blue for a following turn is extremely valuable. Same idea with Gravy. Arsenal chart the high seas. You see like Sawbones on top. You chart. You pray there's a blue behind it. Now you can have a one card 10 because you blocked like with your whole hand or one card you want to set for the following turn and just swung the Sawbones. So having cards that think for future turn cycles is the, I think, most important thing you can do for not having a bricked arsenal. I want something that like is proactive, always going in my arsenal, or part of the major game plan into the hero. Kind of like what Zach was saying, where part of the game plan against Gravy for Jarl is not getting sauced by the Conqueror of the High Seas. 8 go again, destroy your arsenal is like extremely powerful if you have to protect your arsenal. It's not that great if you don't.
So just to clarify for everybody watching this at home, Sam said Arsenal Chi, and he means something that flips or transcends into a Chi. Not the
Sorry.
actual inner P. Just in case you are new and you watch this and you're learning LL, do not Arsenal inner Chi. Please, I'm begging you.
Yes, you want a transcend card that flips into
Oh yeah,
That's...
yeah. Don't do that. Uh, for me, I always like whenever I'm doing coaching or something, I always explain to players that I think Arsenal up. So whenever I draw my hand up of 4 cards, I'm always thinking about what card I'm arsenaling, if I'm going to have an arsenal or not. So like before I declare blocks or anything, I'll look at my arsenal, I'll think about what it is, how my hand's going to play the arsenal, and then what I want to arsenal that turn cycle. So I'm always playing like a turn cycle ahead in terms of arsenaling. That's kind of, but that's because I've just played Ranger so much. It's like that's just how I have to play because I can only attack from my arsenal. So I'm honestly that might be a great idea. It's just to play like 50 games of Ranger, Riptide, or Marlin, and kind of like learn like because you have to think about, hey, I need to arsenal this card this turn. How do I get this card into my arsenal for the next turn cycle? And that's kind of like how I've always played. Is I'm always trying to play arsenal to hand to blocks.
All right, we got Colin asks, how do we deal with flesh and blood burnout?
Take a break. I mean, that sounds awful. I took 3 months off of last year. I didn't play a single event for 3 months. I picked up cards whenever I needed to, or if I ever got bored. I didn't go to any events. I didn't go to any armories. I just took a break. I was just like, I went outside. I touched grass. I talked to my wife. That's it.
I think
Just took a break.
Flesh and Blood every year kind of has a down period in the winter, and I think that's an excellent time to do that. It's a great way for everyone to refresh. I don't know if it's by design, but I think it's awesome from them in general. I think it's like extremely smart to keep people like just a little bit unengaged part of the year to like give everyone a break. You don't have like product fatigue like with other card games. So taking a little break, I think, is always helpful if you're feeling like you're burned out. And sometimes it comes as a product of like a meta that you don't really enjoy, I think, more than anything. People aren't really burned out when they really enjoy a meta game for the most part. So if you find yourself like you're not really enjoying the game, the meta game's not for you, give it 3 months. It will change dramatically, I promise. Well, that's not always true. I don't promise that. Because we just went from High Seas release to Super Slam release, and it's the same thing all over again. But
Misspell sucked. I would rather have this meta game 100 out of 100 times than Misspell.
I think.
See, I like playing the Misfell Heroes. So, I enjoyed the Misfell meta.
I
So different for
think
everybody.
Burnout looks different if you're a content creator. Like I feel like I have a different perspective than you guys. Like making content, like, I want that to be like my job. Like, I want that to be like my livelihood. I can't just take a break and stop playing the game whenever I feel like it. Like, it's bad for like my channel and my content. So like
Sucks for you.
taking a,
Yes.
yeah, it does sometimes, because there are
Yeah,
nights
like
when I'm tired and I don't want to stream, and I'm like, man, like watching a movie with Carly and just laying in bed sounds like a phenomenal evening, as opposed to like streaming tonight. But one of the things that I like to do to take a break, other than like taking days off every now and again, because I do that. Like, if my body's telling me not to stream, I'm like, YouTube's not worth my mental wellness. But I don't like test. Like, I don't like sweat. I play some deck that I think is fun or goofy, or I have somebody on the stream so I can relax and chat with them and just like hang out and have a good time. And for me, that's like a mental reset, because I'm able to just like hang out with a friend or like play something that is like not mentally taxing.
yeah, I agree.
All right. We have Nick asking, who wins a hot dog eating contest between the three of us?
Buns or no buns? Very important question here. Taylor, buns.
It's
Taylor,
got to be
buns.
buns, right?
Fuck is
Like,
that question?
are we
Are you
raw
like
dogging? Are we raw dogging the dogs, or are we bunning it up like condiments? Like, I need specifics here, because I know about how many hot dogs I can eat. Like, if like they're wet, like, is it like, are we like bunning it up with like water so that they slide down easier? You guys, this is good. So much
you
content for all of
on?
you. So much content for you guys. But
Wait,
like,
wait. Are you telling me that you can just down glizzies if there's no bun? How do you know that?
don't worry about that. Listen, I may or may not have been in a hot dog eating contest or two in my time. Okay, where do you think the hot dog topping question comes from on my stream, dog?
Like ADHD or something.
Nah, also that. But yeah, I mean, listen, if we're having a hot dog eating contest, man, I don't know. Like,
My money is now on Zach, because I've never been in a
I was
hot
like,
dog
I
eating
hate to
contest.
say it, but I'm taking myself, dog. Like, I'm taking myself. Like, I feel pretty confident about how many hot dogs I could eat in one sitting, and
His
it's a higher
confidence
number
makes
than
me think it's him.
I feel like I could eat a pretty good number of hot dogs, but that confidence, I think he's got it in the bag.
Episode 52. It'll have officially been a full year. We're gonna have a hot dog eating contest on stream. Hell yeah! The look on Taylor's face is everything I want right now.
I'm just processing everything that's going through my. Yeah, okay.
All right, it's settled. Zach wins. All right. Jude asks, what is the fourth best deck after Cinder, Gravy, and Verdance, and why is it Kasai?
Jude, don't do this to yourself. Kasai is like the ultimate like psyop pick in my mind. Like whenever like I'm talking in the team stuff, it's like if you close your eyes, you're like, oh my god, it's so good into Gravy. Oh, it's so good into Syndra. And then you play into Verdance and you auto lose. You're like, oh, but that's okay though, because it is Verdance isn't real. It's like, oh, don't do it. I think,
Best deck in format, not real.
uh, yeah, exactly.
Dio, probably.
I also think that the Kasai matchup into Gravy isn't as good as Kasai players
Agree.
want it to be. So,
Yeah.
My
This
fourth
is
deck
that
would
one
be
guy.
Dio or Acilio. Like, that would be my fourth pick right now.
oh god, yeah, Cilio's also a horrible matchup for Kasai too.
I think it's Ocilio. Like I like if you put a gun in my head, like that's probably Ocilio. Like a good Ocilio. But like Dio's up there
I
too.
think so too. Because, yeah, I think, yeah, that was going to be my other pick. That it had to be Dio or Acilio. Acilio has a good matchup into Gravy and Verdance. I think you have play into Syndra. Dio is the same deal where it's you're good into Syndra and Gravy and have play into Verdance.
I think Mario's up there. Like maybe not like 4, but he's like top like 7. I would also put Kano up there
Sure.
but they've already got done with the ProQuest, so he won't have that high representation.
I hope not, man. Oh,
The LL.
nothing would please me more than not being just juiced by Kano at every event I go to.
Just let him LL. Like, I just please. Like,
And when they LL, just kill Striders. Make that his living. Make that his
Oh.
weapon. Just Striders. Just take.
You're Man, nothing would make me happier than I know will never
But
happen.
like that's the thing though. It's like I know this goes, dude. I just hate Verdance. Okay, like I'll come out like. Don't get me wrong, she's fine. I hate her way less than I ever hated any of the Mystic heroes. But it's more like I start at 31 life, you start at 40, and you're a life gain wizard. Oh my god, I want to choke you. It's like I hate this. It's like I have to win. I have to win against the life gain wizard by 9 points. Do you know how insane that is?
That's
It's
actually crazy.
it's a lot
When
to
you
ask
put
for a
it
lot of
into like
heroes.
that context, it's crazy to think about.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's just like
it's a lot to ask for a lot of heroes. It's not the easiest
my
thing.
felling plow deck. Also, my opponent starts at 31 life. Good luck and have fun. It's like cool, nice. I hate the. Okay,
All right. We got a bit of a long one here, but I want to truncate
that's
it
what
a
she
little
said.
bit. So,
Heyo.
with LSS wanting Tier 4 events to have people playing more than CC, but struggling to find another format, what do you all think of Tier 4 events being all CC, but at different intervals you have to play a different hero slash deck? So, I wanna preface this with I came to this game before having played no other card games except for Legends of Runeterra, which is an online card game that had this format essentially. You picked 3 decks. Your opponent brought 3 decks. You both laid it on in front of the other and said, "All right, you get to ban one of my decks, and now we play best of 3." And that shit is so cool and so fun because you get to like no longer is it like the top triangle of meta decks. It's like I can bring all 3 meta decks, but they don't supplement each other well. Like they can still all lose to like specific counters. And so you get into this like skill expression of I want to bring a trio of decks that counters this trio of decks if you ban like this thing or that. And it gets like a whole nother level of complexity that I think is really fun. My problem is it is crazy difficult cost
Yeah, I was about to
wise
say.
for a lot of players to do that.
Yeah. I brought $6,000 worth of decks this week for me to go 03 drop.
Yeah. So I think the alternative, actually, I've been bringing this up locally, actually, to do what is like a league locally, where we do that, but with Sage decks instead. Because those decks should cost like $10.
That's a cool
Now
idea.
that's a good one. Now
If
that's a
you
good one.
if you do it with a budget friendly format, it's a good way to work it out.
Yeah.
I like the idea of having like I don't know. LSS is like clearly putting time into like the other formats and they're wanting us to play other formats. But if they decided that CC was like the only real format that this game was going to have and that was what we were going to play all the time, then I don't hate the idea of a tournament where it's like you play, like 3 rounds of this, 3 rounds of this, and 3 rounds of this, and like you have to play different decks at each time. It would probably make it a lot more entertaining if like cards couldn't overlap across other decks, I think, but require more like
So,
interesting thought through deck building.
yeah.
I like that Silver
Do you
Age
think
idea.
this is preferable to limited or LL?
Dude, I would if they were like, okay, we're gonna change the role format where you have to play 3 different Silver Age form decks. I'd be so lit.
I think it'd be pretty cool. You know?
I brought 3 Arachnes. Good luck and have fun.
So that brings into the next part of their question. They said, if we're going to do that, would it be a good idea to limit if one deck can have a playset of every card? Like, or let me explain that a little bit better. Let's say you have a playset of cards, and you can only use that one playset in one deck. So one deck can have C and C. None of the
So
other
if you
decks can have C
stacked
and
all
C.
three
One
decks
deck.
on top of each other, they have to be like legal. They can't have more than like you can't have a fourth deck.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. That's a good way to put it.
I don't.
I think that's the best way to do it. Both from a thought-provoking deck building experience and also from a price point. Because you're literally looking at people who are on big teams and they're saying, "Oh, I need 3 tunics this weekend." No problem, boss. Here's 3 tunics. Like Bob off the street may not be able to buy 3 tunics, but may have won a PT out of Worlds. Like,
I think if you did it that way, any person that doesn't make like 200,000K a year would just need to play like Dio and then 2 other decks. That way you don't like accidentally intercept other people's cards with like CNCs and E-strikes. You just play Dio, which is all Met cards, and you're just like guaranteed that one free deck that's like, oh, I don't have to worry about CNCs or E-strikes in my other 2 decks.
see,
And then you
that's what
play.
Yeah, but now
that's what I like about it.
But now you
though.
have the next level to that. Like, what if people that becomes the meta? Like, we're all going to play Dio because it doesn't have any shared cards, but then everyone's including like Jarl or Victor in their deck, and like now you're like, if you don't ban the other person's Jarl / Victor, you're in like a really shitty percentile. So like,
Make it Silver
I think it
Age.
evens out.
Make it Silver Age, and I 100% agree. I just do not want to see people priced out of the game, and this would just like ruin people's wallets trying to play for Worlds where you're bringing, 1,700, 1,100, $1,200 deck, and you're just like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. All right, last one. Drew asks, for each member, what is your idea of a healthy meta?
I'm winning.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Classic. I hate to sound like this, but like a healthy meta is pure vibes to me. Like, I don't think there's a way that you can say, oh, like this number of decks are playable, or like some people like the triangle format. Literally, so there are people out there that like the triangle format.
Oh yeah.
I hate the triangle format. It is all vibes. I 100% believe that if you are enjoying the game, then it's a healthy meta to you. And if you're not, then you don't think the meta is healthy. And like, I don't think that's something that's objective. I think that is purely opinion based.
Yeah.
Unless it
I
was
think
Art of
since-
War Zen, like Bond Zen, and then yeah, that shit was toxic. Get the shit out of here.
Yeah. I think the healthiest meta, and we can argue about this for a second, the healthiest meta that we all ever played, because I think we were all playing at the time, was the Pro Tour Pro Tour LA meta, which was the KO, Kasai.
Heavy hitters.
Yeah, maybe the secret is if Warrior is a top 3 deck, it's a healthy meta. Maybe Josh Lau was right the whole time.
I was gonna bring this up exactly because I think a lot of people harken back to heavy hitters being one of the best formats.
It was
People like loved or hated heavy, but a lot of people really liked heavy as a format. I think what is a healthy meta goes a little bit deeper. Like if you're enjoying vibes and enjoyment, you could pick heavy. But I think, just like strictly from a what is healthy perspective, a lot of decks being viable is typically what I would attribute to that. So triangle metas are kind of out. And we're kind of in a triangle meta right now, but past the triangle, there's a ton of decks that are viable right now. You could, if you're just talking about, PQ level, this is an awesome meta, I think, because there's tons of decks you could take to it and realistically win. But if you're talking a healthy meta for Worlds, maybe that's not the case.
Yeah.
Maybe you're not, super stoked about playing 6 rounds of Verdant / Crazy.
This is a World's triangle meta. For CC, in my opinion. Unless something changes. You literally have, Verdant's Gravy Syndra, and then you have all of these other little, branches off to the side where it's oh, this beats Syndra, but it loses to Gravy. Or this beats Verdant's, but it loses to Syndra. And you have this, weird, dichotomy of decks. ProQuest level, this is a very healthy meta, I agree, though, Sam. 100%.
Okay, Aaron mentioned to this. I know we're getting close to the time, but Aaron mentioned this in the car, and I want y'all's hot opinions. Y'all haven't heard this opinion yet. He said a good pick for bans for if they want to just punch Verdance a little bit, to make some other mid-range decks more viable, would be Red Carapace. I want y'all opinion on that one.
I think that would hurt the deck quite a lot.
Yeah, you just play yellow and you just lose 3. You just lose 3.
That's really big deal, though. You go from having Syndra being a playable matchup, Dio being a playable matchup, to being far worse.
That's the idea of a ban for a hero, sir, is to be a little bit worse.
It's not. No, it's not a little. It's a lot worse, is what I'm saying.
You said that. You literally told me that Gravy was dead, and then it went out and just destroyed everything again. Don't eat. Dude, We banned 6 cards, and you're like, this deck's dead, and then it won everything. So don't tell me that removing
I
3
never
block.
said it was dead.
You remove 3 block from a deck, and you're like, it's unplayable. We just can't play the hero.
Actually,
No, I don't think it's
I'm
that.
opposite side of the fence here. I think Aaron might be cooking. Like, I 100% think Aaron might be cooking with like that ban. I don't know. Like,
It's so good. I was like, actually, I love it.
I mean, I guess it comes down to your opinion of like how dominant do you think Verdance is? Do you think it needs like how heavy do you think the hit needs to be?
If Verdance has over 20% win rate this week, after all the other good Verdances were destroyed this week, and there's still 20% more, I think that a soft ban is needed. I think a soft ban is 100% needed. Honestly, I could see a soft ban. Ellie brought this up. If the pie chart keeps getting worse and worse and worse throughout the ProQuest season, Syndra might need like a soft little tap on the leg. And that's what she mentioned. One of our chats is like,
I don't hate that.
I'm not.
I don't disagree.
It's just we'll just wait for the pie chart. But like, if Verdance and Syndra aren't like like if the meta isn't adjusting to them and they actually get worse, maybe it's time for a little tap.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm here for it. I love it.
I think definitely if you're going to hit Syndra, then the Red Root Brand is a very good way to go. Because now you're only hurting like a little bit out of the deck into everything, and then a lot of it into Dio.
But like Dio,
So that, I'm totally with
yeah,
it.
Dio has natural enemies. She'll be fine.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
It would be like a great little like a little left tap. You know, get everything sorted out a little bit. Might be worth thinking about.
Oh, I mean, you asked for my hot take, and so I just thought, that might be a little bit too heavy at first, but I think I'm coming around a little bit.
Yeah, yeah. How about banning Tipples? That was a hot one. Anyway,
I still think that's wrong, man. They didn't take the ceiling out of the deck; they just made it less consistent.
it's so nice because I called the ban Tipple the week before, and you said no, they're gonna ban Portside or something. I was like, ah. Dude, I've never felt more justified. Thank you, LSS, for
I
watching.
still think that was right.
You would have
Well, if they were watching,
you would have topped 8 if you did ban the Tipples. Damn it.
Nah, like in this meta, if they don't ban Tipples, I feel like deck would just be running over everything. It'd be silly.
Would. It would.
The deck needed bans. I just thought they were the wrong ones.
They needed the bans I wanted them to ban. That's how I feel.
Well, I just thought you would take the ceiling
I
off.
think if you just ban everything until Marlin is the best deck in the format, that would be a healthy format.
No, so Portside.
I would hate a Portside ban. I would be.
What could they ban for Marlin and the deck still be playable, Taylor?
Seafloor salvage.
Taylor's like sunken
Unironically blue Tipple.
Honestly, the worst card in the deck is Tipple. You could just ban the blue ones, and the deck actually might even be better after a blue Tipple ban. I just keep wanting to play it. I'm like, I
ban
got
blue Tipple, ban red Rootbound Carapace, ban Wrath of Retribution, and let's see what happens.
Honestly,
I will definitely not be playing Gravy at Worlds if they ban blue
honestly,
Tipple. I'll tell you fucking what.
Zach, that's kind of cooking. I'm not gonna lie to you. That's kind of a. Oh God, that's actually really fuck. Okay.
If Taylor thinks I'm cooking, it means the entire YouTube comment section is gonna be like, "This guy's an idiot. Get him off the podcast." Like it's just gonna be the whole comment section.
Send him to Syndra.
Oh man! All right. Well, if you've made it this long, thank you very much for listening to this episode of Breakpoints. We loved having you guys listen to us this whole time. It makes our week. If you enjoyed, let us know down below. Tell us what you would ban out of the format, or if you think it's healthy. And if you like LL, please tell me. I want to hear someone tell me that they like LL.
Anybody.
Just one of you. I know you're out
Roger
there.
Bodie's commenting right now.
Please let the comment section be everybody telling Sam why LL sucks.
Yeah, that'd be perfect.
All right. Till next week, you guys have a wonderful weekend.
Bye.